Hi guys! Today I'm reviewing the George Foreman Evolve Grill. It measures 15 inches across by 15 inches deep and 5.5 inches tall. There are top and bottom ceramic plates for grilling. The cooking surface measures 11 inches across by 7.5 inches. The electrical cord is about 22 inches long. The grill plates are removable. There are release tabs on both sides of the plate. Upper and lower are marked on the plates. 2 waffle plates are also included. A plastic drip tray is included, spatula, and instruction manual. There are a few recipes and a grilling chart with cooking time for meat, fish, poultry, and vegetables. This is the knob to adjust the grill slope. Pull it towards you, turn it, and there is a slope. Pull it towards you, turn the knob back, and it's horizontal for grilling sandwiches and making waffles. When it's sloped like this for grilling, grease can flow into the drip tray. On the front of the grill is the power button, temperature and timer selector, sear button, and up and down selection. The timer displays on the left and the temperature on the right. When you first get the unit, wipe the grill plates with a damp cloth and dry. The drip tray can be washed in warm soapy water and dried. It's also top rack dishwasher safe. The grill plates are also dishwasher safe. You can of course hand wash them in warm soapy water. The outside of the grill can be wiped down with a damp cloth and dried. First, let's try grilling some chicken breasts. I've already turned the knob so the grill is sloped. Put the drip tray in the front against the unit, and it'll catch any grease from the chicken. Before using the grill for the first time, you can lightly oil the plates. Don't use any cooking sprays. Plug in the unit. Before cooking anything, the grill has to heat for about 5 minutes. I've closed the lid and it's already sloped for grilling. When you first plug in the unit, you'll see dashes for the time and temperature. Press power to turn the grill on. 5 minutes will show on the timer display and 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 145 degrees Celsius on the temperature. When it's done preheating, the grill beeps and the temperature stops flashing. The chicken I want to grill at 350 degrees, so I'm gonna use the up arrow and change the temperature to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. The temperature can be changed in increments of 25. These are my 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts that have been marinating. You heard the beep, the 5 minutes is up, and we have to wait for the temperature to stop flashing. Now the temperature stopped flashing. It took an additional minute, so it took a total of 6 minutes for the unit to heat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we can grill the chicken. Always use oven mitts or a cloth to open the lid because it could be hot. These are 2 very big breasts. If you put them lengthwise, you could probably fit 4 or 5 small breasts. Close the lid. Press the temp timer button again and it'll toggle over to the minute, and you can adjust the time by using the up and down arrow. I've set it to 9 minutes. The instruction manual recommends 12 minutes for chicken breasts. It's always wise to check the food a few minutes before the time listed in the manual. And you don't have to turn the food because the food cooks from the top and the bottom. Notice the temperature is flashing, so once you open the lid and put food on, it will take a little bit of time for the grill to come back up to the set temperature. The timer can be set from 1 to 20 minutes, and the temperature can be set from 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 145 degrees Celsius, to 425 degrees Fahrenheit and 220 degrees Celsius. You can see there's grease accumulating in the drip tray. The timer counts down to 0. I'm going to open the lid and see how the chicken looks. You can see there's nice grill marks on the chicken. It's firm. You can always check the temperature of the chicken with a meat thermometer if you're not sure. You can see there's grill marks on both sides. Use clean tongs to remove the chicken. Turn the unit off. Here's all the liquid that dripped from the chicken. Always let your grilled meats rest for a few minutes before cutting into it. So after 9 minutes, the chicken breast is perfectly cooked. You see how thick this piece is? You really don't want to cook this any longer. You can see it's juicy. It's very flavorful. Really good grilled chicken. This piece is a little bit thinner. And that's also cooked really well. The temperature seems to be pretty even on the grill. To clean, unplug, and let the unit cool down. The drip tray should be emptied after each use. Since the surface is non-stick, don't use any abrasive tools or cleaners. As with most grills, if you wipe it down when it's slightly warm, it's much easier to clean and everything comes off very easily. Even the little bit of stuck-on particles here came off with a paper towel. If you plan on grilling something else, wipe the top first and all the particles will fall onto the bottom plate. And you can move all the particles into the drip tray. I'll empty the drip tray, then try the sear function. Press the power button, set the temperature to 350, and then press sear. 500 degrees Fahrenheit or 260 Celsius will be displayed, and the red sear light is illuminated. Generally, when grilling, it's best if everything you're cooking is the same thickness. The temperature stopped flashing and the unit beeped. That took 7 minutes. Now we can sear the lamb. You can really feel the heat. These are 2 big lamb chops with the bone in. Close the lid. It'll sear for 90 seconds and then return to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. It's been 90 seconds and you can see that some of the meat has been seared. I'll set the timer to 8 minutes and the temperature to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Take these off. Since these chops have the bone in, I cooked it for a little bit longer, about 9 minutes. If your meat is boneless, of course, cook for a few minutes less. The lamb is cooked. This is about medium. If you want it medium rare, cook a little bit less. It's juicy and very tasty. And you can see there's some sear marks here. There's a little bit darker in some places. That's because the lamb is not perfectly flat, especially since there's a bone. This piece is also cooked to about medium. So again, the heat seems to be pretty even on the grill. This is a waffle batter I've prepared to make crispy waffles. If you want the recipe, I'll put a link down below. I always like to pour my waffle batter into a measuring cup or anything with a spout so it's easier to pour onto the waffle iron. When you put the waffle plates on, make sure that this little curved part here is on top, because if this part is on the bottom, it's not going to close correctly. The upper and lower waffle plates are on. I'll oil the plates lightly. Turn on the power and set the temperature to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. That's the recommended temperature to cook waffles. We'll wait for the unit to heat up and then make the waffles. Make sure that you've adjusted the knob so the grill is horizontal and not sloped. The unit beeped and it has reached the 425 degrees set temperature. That took about 7 minutes. Pour the batter. I poured about 1 1/3 cups of batter. Spread it a little bit. If you pour too much, it will come out the sides or the back. Close the lid. And set the timer to 8 minutes. As with any waffle maker, generally when the steam stops coming out of the waffle maker, the waffles are cooked. That's in case you forget to set a timer. The 8 minutes are up and the unit beeped. You can see it's golden brown. It's a little darker on the bottom than the top. It looks really good. It's not perfectly square because I didn't put enough batter, so you could go a little bit more than 1 1/3 cups. You can hear it's crispy. It's cooked on the inside. If you like it a little less brown, you can cook it for 7 minutes. This is another waffle I made, and I cooked it for 7 minutes. You can see it's much lighter in color. Fresh fruit is perfect with waffles. And of course, some real maple syrup. This grill makes 2 big waffles, so 2 people can eat at the same time without having to wait for the second waffle. You saw how well the George Foreman cooked the chicken breast, the lamb, and the waffles. If you want to try this grill, I've put a link in the description below. As always, I hope this review was helpful. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.